What ho, knave? Na 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 na. Na 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 na. We fight it out monster to man. Fisticuffs. Don't mind that I'm over-leveled. Come here, you. Come here, you. Na na na. Na na na. Do a kick. Quarter circle turn spinning bird kick. They're fast, but I'm faster. I don't remember how that song goes. No, 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 no. Put your sword away, Geralt. What are you doing? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Put your sword away. Put your sword away. This is a fair fight. Totally fair. 100% fair. Absolutely fair. Very fair. Come here, you. Oh, man. Right in the face. Right in the face. Nah. Where'd you come from? Got him. Catch. Ja. Catch. Beautiful. Greetings, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Atratzu. Welcome back, unless this is your first time here. In that case, welcome here. Either way, my name is Atratzu, and today I'm sharing my thoughts on The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I think all you really need to do is look at the amount of time that I've racked up in this game to have a pretty solid idea of what I think about this game. I've now spent 100 hours, and we're only talking about the core game. We're not going to talk about any of the DLC yet, because I haven't done the DLC yet. I want to make this video first, and then I want to come back and talk about the DLC, if there's enough to talk about the DLC, that is. So, we are playing The Witcher 3 today, Wild Hunt. It is developed by PROJEKT RED, and then it was released May 2015. And then for background information so you know where I'm coming from playing this game, I have played none of the other Witcher games. I hope to amend that in the not too distant future. I really, really enjoyed playing this game. So, yeah, I hope to go back and play the other Witcher games at some point. So, first off, let's just, okay, that's the way we're gonna do it. I was just auto-pathing, and I'm just seeing wherever Geralt is gonna lead us, and Geralt is gonna lead us through this field. Alright, we'll just keep on going that way. Sure, okay. Witcher 3 is a open world RPG, one of those big massive games. Basically what you think of when you think of like oh hi, we're back on the cool beans. It's what you think of when you think of like a big massive open world game. It's the closest that I've been able to experience going back to Skyrim with any game that's not Skyrim. So I was very excited to. Now, here's the thing. I've now reached a point that playing open world games are getting kind of daunting, which I never thought they would. So that's kind of a where you're at and where you're at with your life when you're getting into an open world game. For those of you that haven't reached it yet, enjoy it while it lasts. But for those of you that have gotten older and are just like, this game is going to require many, many hours to complete and beat, do I really want to spend that amount of time working on this game? With The Witcher, I think the answer for that is definitely yes. It was just totally worth it being able to just like explore it. And there's still so much that I have yet to explore in the game. Now at this point, I think I beat the game at around hour mark. Uh-oh. Okay, I guess we're dead end, and we'll just go this way now. Show you. I think I beat the game around hour mark 40, and I was playing, what difficulty am I playing on? Hopefully it's medium hard like I think it is. You can change it as time goes. There it is. Yeah, wait. Medium low. Did I change that? That might have been why it got easier on me. Did I change that? I feel like I didn't change that though. Ugh. So you can change the difficulty as you play through the game. There is 1 or 2 achievements related to the difficulty level, so there's that. Let's go this way. And another reason I need to make this video is because I need to show where my character is at. I did something very specific. When I play through a game, I try to see how far I can get to like over level. I play like really grindy apparently. That's just how I play. And I wanted to spend the minimum number of points that I could, and I started to spec into stuff, and I was just like, no, I don't need to do that. And so then I just held off, and I waited until later to start figuring out how the mutagen gems worked and how to set everything up and what kind of build I wanted to go through. So I still have a lot of available skill points, and after this video I plan to spend those skill points, and then I'll do the DLC, and after the DLC is done, then I'll see how far into a new game plus that I can get on, I figure, go the hardest difficulty at that point. Because at this point I understand the game, or at least I feel like I understand the game. Getting back to our riding thing though. So I play in a very frustrating way, and so I didn't spend any points on abilities until I started to run into parts of the game that I had trouble. And I started to have trouble because I didn't completely understand how a lot of the mechanics, the core mechanics of this game worked. As with other games, I also try not to use consumable items because I didn't want to just like ka-cha, 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 ka-cha. Oh man, I've now used one of my potions. What am I going to do now? And then needing to buy a new one because I'm extremely cheap. That's the answer. I'm extremely cheap. Another dead end. Alright, well, I guess we'll just go this way then. Can we go across there? Oh, we can go across there. We can keep going. Alright. Just keep on going. Keep trotting. So I don't like spending money in the game. And when you start out, goodness knows, you're not going to have much money to spend. You're not going to get much money until you've played, I don't know, 20 hours or something like that. And it's going to cost a lot to repair your gear. Starting out, I was like, dear God, this game is going to be ridiculously costly to play through and get everything. Costly as in, like, the gold that it's going to cost inside of the game. And I just kind of, like, shook my head, and I was like, how am I going to get through all this? So, that's the first bit of impression that I had. And then I ran into a part with a werewolf, my first werewolf that I faced off against, and that was really hard because he regenerated faster than I could do damage to him. And yeah, the turning point was when I kind of learned that I could take a rest at any point in the game to restore all my health and then replenish my potions. That was kind of a big changing point. And then after I'd gotten to a certain point, I over-leveled and I out-leveled stuff, and then I just equipped the best gear that I could find, which was the good old-fashioned Atratzu simple method of, are these numbers green? Then it's better than what I have now, so I will put it on. At this time, I'm now in set gear. I'm in the final tier of wolf gear, and so I had to track down those diagrams. I might have followed a guide. I had most of them, but I had to find where others were, and yeah, I just had to track those down. So, let's actually get into the meat of this review. Well, not review, this video. My impressions, my thoughts on this. So, first let's talk about the mechanics. They're really basic stuff. I played with a keyboard and mouse. You do have a controller option if you want it. I didn't mess with the keyboard with the controller at all. I just stuck with the keyboard and mouse, as I do. You move around with WASD. This is a third-person RPG style game where you equip gear to get yourself stronger. Depending on your play style and the gear that you get and the stats on those gear, that can change how you're going to play. I played a balanced build. I basically ignored using my crossbow unless it was to take stuff out of the air. So you'll notice that the Witcher has two swords. You don't need to worry about switching between them, but one sword is for killing monsters and one sword is for killing people. So one's a steel sword and one is a silver sword. You also have a crossbow here. The basic controls, again, WASD to move around, right click to use your Witcher senses. I went back to playing some Guild Wars 2, and I found myself holding down the right button a lot, trying to like see where stuff was. The Witcher senses will help you track down quest NPCs. It shows you like in the distance where enemies are at. It heightens your vision a lot of times, and it highlights important things. Like when you're in a cave, if it's really, really dark, you can still see like where lootable stuff is. So that's all pretty significant. Your left button mouse is going to be punch, And then you don't need to worry about drawing your sword at all, but in case you're curious, you draw and sheath your sword with the number keys. 1, 2 is the next sword. 3 isn't bound to anything, but I tried anyway. You can tap tab, and then that brings up your spell menu, I suppose. These are all pretty straightforward, and you get the hang of it in time. You have your fire spell, you have mind control, and then you have a telekinetic blast. This one cools down a little bit faster than the fire one, and the fire one sometimes sets them on fire. And you can spec into them to make them better. This is a shield, and then this is a magic trap. As it says, you just set something on the ground. That's really one of the only significant ones that is different than everything else. Then stuff that runs in here gets slowed down. This is a shield. You see that 100% in the top left corner of the screen. That's telling me that the shield's at 100%. This is what the fire move looks like. You can't really see the mind control without somebody there to mind control. But then, you know, that stuns them unless you spec into it, making it stronger. That's your telekinetic blast. And then for usable items, you have to select them. And then you, for me, it's the mouse scroll wheel. I click the mouse scroll wheel to throw things. So like this. Also, same rule applies for grenades. They replenish when you rest. Torch. You can switch between different things that are kept inside of that. You use X to summon your horse. You hold down shift to sprint. If you're on your horse, you need to spam it a couple times. You can't jump in place. You have to be moving to jump, but spacebar is jump. Bottom right's telling you anything else that you might need to know. Top right is your mini-map. It'll let you know if there are any plants nearby that can be harvested, but notice that it does need to be very nearby. You harvest with E, you interact with E. Plants are used in making alchemy goods. That's about as far as I've really gotten into them. And escape for menu, and then backspace for bringing up just your whole menu. And that's enough for you to get by. There are shortcuts, like you can hit I for inventory. With the B for, ooh, I don't, for like the various beasts and animals inside of here. So B for beast, if you will. So there are other keys that you can kind of learn, and that'll make you function a little bit faster, but you can just function with just backspace. That's what I went with for a while. I'm not going to go through all these menus with you. This has all the information that you can possibly do. Think of this as like the book stuff. It'll let you read tutorials, characters. I haven't read all the tutorial text. I just kind of like went as I went along. Characters, books. I got a crazy amount of books. I just got books for days. Oh, even more books. Oh man, I haven't gone through these. You're lucky that this is here. Normally I get rid of them. These indicate that I have something new. Ka-cha, no more. There's nothing new anymore. And then you have crafting. So alchemy. Then, oh good, we get to make oils. Look at that, I get to demonstrate. Ka-cha. That's what it's like to craft. And now I've used up all that I had left to craft. Well, let's do that one. There is a limited number of decoctions, potions, oils, and things that you can make, because some of them will require previous ones to upgrade. So like the Superior Beast Oil, you need Enhanced Beast Oil, but then I'm missing Bison Grass, one of them. So if I really want to get that, I can go track that one down, and then the oils are used for weapons. This is kind of where you kind of can get really overwhelmed with how much stuff there is. It's not that complicated. You can jump in and swing your sword around and just get a feel for it as you go along. We'll just go with that for now. World map. Your waypoints are located as these signposts. You cannot waypoint to another signpost unless you're at a signpost. Right click to place your little marker down. If you want to get rid of the marker, just leave your mouse in the same spot. So markers are really helpful because then you can see that, but your quest will not lead you there. So say I chose a different quest. Say I chose this one. All right. Notice my marker is that north? Can't tell which way is north. It's forward towards us since the minimap moves, but the dots are leading me to the quest, which is that direction. So if you're like me, and you're used to playing Skyrim, you're going to find yourself wandering off the trail several times trying to get to the spot. We're going to switch it back to this. Quest management's a pretty good idea to get the hang of. There are 4 types of quests, I believe. You have the main quest, which I've taken care of that one. These are DLC. The red is from the Blood and Wine expansion, and the, Hearts of Stone expansion are the blue ones. So I haven't done much of these. I don't know. I see one of them leads me to a new area, and there's a whole set of achievements. Looking forward to doing that. I'll be back and I'll report on that. Gwent, we'll talk about Gwent at the end because that's its own game, basically. And then you have treasure hunts. Secondary quests are just quests that you'll pick up all around the area. I didn't think I was going to do all the quests. And then I needed to make this video, and I ran out of main things to do, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to do every quest and every treasure hunt and there's a green tab as well. Can we see any of those? There's a green tab. No, there it is. Green tabs are contracts. They're Witcher contracts. There's less green quests than the others, I believe. You also can fail them, so that will happen occasionally. And some failable, or you can sometimes complete quests and miss achievements. So any of you that are hunting on achievements like me, that can happen. So, keep multiple saves, which is what I've done. I'm not going to talk anything about these skill points. No, I will talk a tiny bit, but really, really quickly. Here's the basic gist of it. Your combat, your magic, your alchemy, and then these are just like generally good enhancements in general that you might like. These are mutagens that are lootable items, upgradable as well. They go in these slots here. So like so. So say I want to have 2 green for some reason. Bam, now I got 2 green. But I only recently discovered that it's the blue amplifies the blue, so that is making the intensity of those signs. I was going to say sigils. I don't know if that's the right word or not. That makes those better. I don't know what the green ones do. Probably these, come to think of it. Yeah, that would make sense, but I haven't spec'd into these at all. This does not require your combat level. This is how many points is inside of there, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything more about that. This is meditation, and if you want a quick keyboard shortcut for that, open this menu with tab, and then click your middle mouse button. So quick note, bottom left corner of the screen, 3, 3, 3, 2. Watch this. Rest for that amount of time. 4, 4, 4, 3. So there you go. That's how you replenish it. You'll notice that the bombs are also replenished. So don't worry about that. If you're trying to switch between items that are equipped, say we want to like equip these. I don't want to equip those. Say I want to equip this one here. Ta-da! Except for I don't actually want that one. Wait, is this the one? This is the one that I had. And I want to do this because I'd rather have that one in my first slot. You have horse armor as well. You've got your own armor. The armor rarity is... It follows... Come on, do I have any armor in here? Okay. This is your junk item. Green are Witcher only items. Then I think it's blue, and then it's yellow, and then it's orange. Getting orange items was really significant originally. Green, I did loot 1 or 2 green items. I have a whole inventory full that we can go check in my bank. We'll talk about that later. Orange items were significant. I did loot a couple green ones, but green items are typically going to be crafted, and they can be upgraded. I don't know if all of them can. Let's talk really quickly about the world map, and then let's go pick a fight with something. So, waypoints, as I already said, you're not going to see many of these anymore. Undiscovered locations, not unless we go to Skellige. There's plenty of undiscovered locations there. We're going to stick to this area mostly because I don't want to spoil area to area. If you want to zoom out, you press the space bar. This shows you all the available locations that you can go to. I don't think I can go to this one. Yeah, you can't go to certain locations until you've like been brought there, so you have to have waypoints there. But after you've gone there, you can waypoint from spot to spot. So like I couldn't go back to Kaer Morhen originally, but now I've got those, so I can waypoint there from any signpost. You can switch between areas without any negative effect. This was the starting area. So I cleared that one out. This whole starting area took me maybe 10 hours to get through. Probably less for somebody who's like determined. It's not that much time, but you know, I was leveling up and getting used to that area. Cleared out the area and I was just like, oh, that's disappointing. That's nothing. And then I came to this area, and then I spent like a crazy amount of time around the starting spot right over here. And I was just like, and I ran around over here, and I ran around over here, and I ran around over here. And then I was just like, that's not bad. And then I like scrolled out, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a long game. But I didn't think about it. You don't want to think about how long the game is going to be. You just follow your quest objectives until you start having more of these signposts, and then you can waypoint around, and it doesn't take nearly as long to get through there. Yeah, should be enough of an introduction for that. All right. I chose up here to demonstrate two things. Let's explore one of these question marks. And since this is close to the expansion area, or this is the expansion area, there are quests up here, so some of the monsters will be closer to my level, which means I'm less likely to, you know, unequip my weapon, break out the fisticuffs, and then lay down some serious smack into the faces. Oh, this isn't gonna... Oh, there we go. Let me go. Oh. A little delayed there. Alright. So, I hate archers. I'm gonna get rid of him right now. So mind you, level 33, they are easier to fight. Oh. Come on. I need to take care of you so that I can go explaining without feeling pressure with this. So yeah, standard attack. Alright. So there are two types of dodges that you can work with in this game. And fine-tuning those makes a really big difference. So playing defensively, you can press the spacebar to do a roll, which will let you get away. That's really useful when you're fighting really, really big monsters. And then you can hit your Alt button. Alt will let you do a quick sidestep, which will let you get around them. Another option that you have, I'm going to get rid of this guy with the hammer. Oop. Oh. It's just, you know. Let's just get that guy. Get him. Alright. So, you also can block. And that is holding down your right mouse button. You will enter block, so you cannot use your Witcher senses while in combat. So there is one more detail about blocking, which took me a while to get it. I needed to do a lot of this to get an achievement. I think it's Care Morhan Ready, I think is the achievement. Notice when he attacks, his health bar lights up red. So here's the trick. Wait for red, and then instead of holding down your right mouse button, you wait until you see red, and then you tap it. Or you can wait until they swing as well, whichever one's going to work best for you. But I would recommend health bar there. And then you stun them, that gives you a free hit. That really comes in handy. Now there is a little bit more here. Let's heal up. So I'm going to hit R, use my healing potion. Notice that healing potions do not heal you up immediately. You have to wait for the duration. Get out of here. You also have buff potions, which is what my enhanced Tawny Owl and enhanced Thunderbolt potions do. Ah. Can you see how this game would be significantly difficult for me, even though it's on a lower difficulty? I out-level them, and I'm not one-shotting these people. So your gear makes a bigger difference in the game than your level. Or that's how I feel about it anyway. Somebody who spent a significant amount of more time, like, dissecting how the game actually plays could probably tell you better than I can. But that's my take on it. Ah, get out of here. And come on, come on. Oh, I hate guys with shields. I haven't figured out a better way to deal with them. There is another type of attack. If you hold down your... Let's roll away. If you hold down your shift key, so you have your normal attacks, which... Hacha, hacha. Nothing fancy happening. Then if I block and then I shift, you do power attacks. Anyways, I think they're power attacks. I don't really use them. I just use regular attacks and I just go from there. One, bam. Nope. You can get around them, and you'll notice that yellow bar, that's a stamina bar. When they lose their stamina, they become less effective. So there we go. We saw a magic item. We saw a blue. I should probably loot a little bit slower so I can actually look. Orders. What are these orders?
Thunder, I'm warning you. Snort that much fizz tech again and you'll end up at Dead Right Woods just like the fizz fiend Peter. Your job's to sell the product, not inhale it. Blazing hells. Expect to pick up today. Capital M.
Okay. What? This is the bandit area. Oh, we have to loot first. So we almost have this area cleaned out. We just walk in here. We find that chest. Uh-oh. Is that a... That's a... Yep. Got a diagram. We can't read it. We have to find somebody. That's for DLC. We're not talking about the DLC. Notice now that the icon is grayed out. That means that we have looted this item, and this area is now complete. And that is how you world in this game, or world complete. Different icons are going to do different things. This was a bandit camp. You have abandoned sites, which you have to clear out. You have guarded treasure. These are very fun. I highly recommend monster nests. Here's the thing, though. Make sure that you don't run into an over-leveled area. There are various levels scattered throughout the area. So say you traveled north, like I did early on when I was doing some of the racing events, and I would cross by like rivers and drowners would pop out that would be a significantly higher level than me, and I'd be like, run away. So you will run into that. The good news is that Roach is fast and you'll be able to pretty much outrun anything you need to run. And let's run to a waypoint. While we're doing that, let's talk a little bit about the story. I don't think there's anything else that I should really show. I've basically shown how I play. There are better ways that you can play, but I'm just going to show what I did. I would probably be better at giving an explanation for how I play after I come back from playing on a harder difficulty, but we'll see. Probably not going to talk about that, though. Jumped off. Let's talk a little about the story.
Let's go.
I was not happy with how I ended up in my playthrough, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. Let's just say there are multiple endings, and decisions that you make during the game will lead to your getting several different types of endings. There are several different conclusions depending on what you did, who you sided with, what kind of influence you had, love interests, question mark. So there are significant differences that can happen. I was not happy with mine. I didn't get the worst ending, which there are some pretty sad endings, but I did get a very sad ending. I felt bad. So there is that. You can spend a crazy amount of time in this game, and then after you spend a crazy amount of time, you then just like that's what happened. You spent 20-40 hours playing through the whole game, and then you get a sad ending at the end. I looked up the happy ending, and I was like, I'm gonna get that. So in New Game Plus, I'm getting the real ending, or the happy ending. I don't care if it's real or not. The way I play The Witcher, in this world, everyone here is afraid of magic users. They are burning mages, which that's what happened in this area. Mages were burnt to a crisp, and their books are being burnt. There is civil unrest within the area, and mages are being scapegoated by the new leader. for the eternal fire, and so mages are just not approved of whatsoever. So they're being hunted down, and the Witcher, he is not a mage, so he's not a part of this culling process that's going on inside of this city. But all magical creatures, which not all are villainous magical creatures, are a part of this culling process. This might make more sense to me if I played earlier Witcher games, but jumping into this game, everyone hates Witchers. Like, all these people, these are just humans, and they just are like, oh, Witchers are just all mercenaries, which I don't know if that's warranted or not from past games. So I played how I would play, which is, you know, trying to be self-sacrificing, moral, and, like, just. So there were times that I would follow somebody around. Like, there was one quest that I was helping a townsperson. And no. It's one of the recent ones that I did. It's just a short, like, 3-step quest. Found some thieves that were just like, we're looking for a mate of ours. Hunt him down, Witcher. And so, like, I hunted down this person, found out that it was a temple guard. And they were just like, we're going to kill him. And I was like, but no, you can't do that. No, it wasn't that. It was a witch hunter. I was like, you can't do that. He's wounded. He doesn't know. You're not going to kill a man in cold blood around me. And then they're just like, oh, you're going to get in our way, are you? And I'm just like, well, I'm not going to approve of you just killing this person. And so then I fought them off and killed them. And then the guard was just like, oh, man, I never thought I'd get help from you. And then you get another chance to, like, be like, no, I'm going to let you stay there and die. Or you can take him to the hospital. And I, of course, took him to the hospital and got him healed up. And I was just like, oh, feel good about that. And sometimes doing stuff like that later on down the line, you might see that character again, and they'll be like, thank you so much, Master Witcher. But the majority of the people are still jerks. You walk through, and you're just like, nah,
Like, stay away from me. What do you want from me? You don't mess with me.
Nay, fortune, shine upon here, guard. How's it going?
I'm watching you.
Huh? I'm watching you. Huh? What's this? And they're just like, you've upset the guards. At that point, then get out of the way, because they're a high level. I can't mess with them yet. Merchant. Greetings, merchant. So, let's demonstrate the selling process really quickly. That shouldn't take too much. And the repairing process, because I got hit several times. If you want to skip dialogue, which goodness knows I wanted to, press space and then press space again. So you can skip dialogue. It comes in handy. Selling, E does not work. Space, 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 space. No, not space. E. What is it? Fine, right click. Where is it? Something's going on here. I thought I was able to sell faster than that. Right clicking. That's what I'm doing for now anyway. Yeah, spacebar worked that time. I don't know why I'm doing work other times. To auto sort, Q. I've never used F. Oh. Yeah, I've never used F. I just auto sort. I'm just like, get rid of that. You might notice that my frames are dropping, so this game is rather demanding, but that's kind of to be expected. To repair, this is what you have to deal with. I just space, or you can repair individual ones by pressing E. And it's like, are you sure? And this is relatively cheap. It was significantly more expensive starting out. Getting gold was really expensive, but even though I've played the self-sacrificing hero role, I still have a fair amount of gold just from playing through the game. So, you know, take heart. You don't need to play like a dick unless that's what you like doing. I don't know. I don't know. Careful about this. Don't get this mixed up with your repairing one. Otherwise, you'll pull these out, and I think it destroys the rocks. Yes, it does destroy the rocks, because I did that recently. It's kind of a pain. But you keep the gear, which is arguably the gear is more important. Dismantling. You get more goods from this. So we dismantled leather. We got leather. We got this junk, which then, what did it give us? Glass. This should give us a mineral of some sort there. It gave us ingots. You don't even have to smelt it. Look at that. That gave us timber. That gave us leather scraps. And you can keep on refining stuff. So I could get like silver dust from this. The more complicated compounds will give you more than one. By the way, monster eggs. If you need monster eggs, which I certainly did need monster eggs for several different concoctions, you can just, you know, dismantle eggs that you have around here and then get them. So I would... I've dismantled all of those. I would like to undo that. Oh well, hopefully I don't need harpy eggs for anything anytime soon. But now I don't need to worry about monster eggs. So yeah, learn from my mistake. Don't just automatically hit, use a slider. I'm a big dummy. And that should be enough for this. You'll notice that we still had junk items. Different vendors buy different things. And you have to go to different ones. Like if you want to convert currency, I've got several different currencies. I should have several different currencies. Let's open up the inventory really quick. I believe it will be... Here they are. So I don't know what the currency value is, or the exchange, but you have to go to the bank, which is this guy. And you're just like, I need to convert currency. Also, don't get loans. I wish they'd take that feature away. I opened up a loan for 100 gold, and then I returned it, and I had to pay like 110. That's crazy fast, like, interest. And... is there anything else that I should really cover? Oh, I keep on saying a little bit about the story, but not the whole thing. Geralt, this character you play as Geralt of Rivia, who is trying to find his adopted daughter-ish person. She was his ward. Her name's Ciri, and she's being pursued by something called the Wild Hunt. Again, this stuff would make more sense if you played the other Witcher games, which I didn't, so I came into this fresh. He is trying to find his ward. I don't know where she went or how she got into the situation that she did. Well, I kind of do from finishing the game, but I don't know like what happened in game 1, which I got some of that from playing. The good news is you can play through it and enjoy the story without needing to actually like play the previous games. But if you have that extra lore, I think that would probably make the game choices and characters more meaningful, because there are several characters that return. It's like, you see, what's his name? Dandelion was one, the guy over here, Dandelion. It's like, oh, Dandelion, the person who tells the story. And I'm just like, what? Huh? Dandelion? Like the things, that you pop them and they get out all the little floater seeds and poof, they go all over the place. But yeah, you have to track down Ciri, which requires you to go from spot to spot to spot. You go and you meet the Emperor, who is her father. You go over here. You start here. You're just like, Ciri's around. And then you go over here. And then the Emperor's like, you find my daughter. And then you go over here. And then you help a baron. And then you go and you try to find out stuff about her. And you go all over the place to find some witches and partridges in a pear tree. And then you go over here. And then you have to go try to track her down there as well, and then you go back here, and then you're just like, I don't know where she is. I think you can kind of go in different orders. This is the route that I took. I went. That's the route that I took. And by the way, these are both the same area. And then yeah, you track her down, and you got some exciting stuff that happens, and yeah. I was having some crazy deja vu. I felt like I had seen the scene. Because after you find Ciri, you get a scene where you get a bunch of lore, which then you can talk through to learn it. I feel like I came across that somewhere. Like, I watched Jesse Cox or another YouTuber at that part of the game, and then I was like, I'm going to stop. So I was having deja vu. It was interesting. Also, these nice day and night effects. There's a lot of, like, really, really pretty aesthetics to The Witcher. I just really, really like it. In case you're wondering what this twig is over here, this is an herbalist. You can go and buy things from them. I wonder if we can buy harpy eggs.
What have you got?
And harpy eggs. No. Wait, I was looking in the wrong spot. I was looking over here. See, I can get myself into trouble. Yeah, this guy doesn't have anything that we need.
So long.
All right. That's enough. And I think that should cover it. I ran into a couple glitches here and there. It's kind of annoying. Swimming is a pain. You can do a little bit underwater swimming. You can use your crossbow underwater. Uh-oh. What happened? I didn't do anything. You can use your crossbow underwater. It's the only way to fight things underwater and in the air. You have to take them down with that. And yeah, that's about it. Otherwise, I didn't really run into any too many significant problems. Occasional glitches here and there, but that's to be expected of open world big games like this. Let's play some Gwent. So if you want to access your Gwent deck outside of the game, you can go over here, and that'll let you dig into the cards and customize your deck.
Welcome.
This will be how we finish this. So we're going to play Gwent here. And we can set the bet amount. Let's just bet max.
Up for a few
I've
rounds.
played all of the Gwent challenges so far. For the final one, I did do a bunch of save scumming. I'll just confess that to you right now. I've chosen the cards that I like, which is mainly in this deck. There are a few other decks that I could be tempted to play, but I only really played the Northern Realms. I've collected enough cards that I could play these other ones. I don't know if I want to comment on the different strategies that each one. Like, again, this could be its own video, so let's keep it brief, and if people really want me to explain Gwent in The Witcher 3, I'll explain Gwent in The Witcher 3 in another video in more in depth after I've, you know, collected enough of the cards and maybe played a little bit more. More likely, though, is that I will be back covering Gwent, the game Gwent, like the client, because I have that downloaded on my computer. I just haven't gotten around to playing it. Alright, let's just jump in and play this now. Card customization, all that stuff, and deck customization, that's like a whole set of videos on its own. Ooh, I like this start. Let's do one of those. Okay, I'll take that, and let's get rid of one of them. This is about as good of a start as I can ask for. I would like a couple target dummies. So here's how Gwent works. Each player takes turns. You want a higher attack number here. If you have a higher attack number than them and both players pass, then you win that round, and the loser loses a crystal. You lose 2 rounds and you lose the game. You do have heroes that have abilities. These are your cards. I like to start by playing these, which then let me draw 2 cards. Normally you play them on your side, so you notice that that gave him power. And he's got, these cards have special abilities that let you summon cards with the same name, let you summon them instantly, so that's one of the gimmicks of these, and monster decks have that as well. I don't think any of the Northern Realms have cards that are like that. If they do, I haven't come across them yet. Then I like to play one of these as well. Okay. Oh, beautiful start. Now, if only... Ooh. That's not helping her at all. These cards are special. You'll notice that they have a border around them. This means that they're not normal cards. They're elites or special. Yeah, special card. So I could play this card right now into this, and he would not lose any attack. Also, when I play this, I can use these 2 target dummies to pick up my spies. But she cannot play that on this card, for example, which makes this one really good. It does nothing for her side and only strengthens mine. Maybe I should have saved it for another time, but I'm not going to concern myself with that one. Let's plop you down there to demonstrate that, so he's not affected by it. And she's got 7 cards. I have 12. It's a good condition to be in. So this is where the game gets really, really, like, think heavy. So what I could do, you don't necessarily need to win the first round, but I like to win the first round, and then the second one is just completely optional. I can, like, biff it if I need to. Alright, I've got a healing unit which will let me summon something that's died. So I'm going to play this one to spend a turn. That person's turn. Okay, plays another card. I don't want to use my hero ability. That's going to strengthen this. I can play that without consequence. Alright. Let's play this. This probably isn't the best strategy. I should probably, like, waste a turn. No, I'm gonna... Let's just waste this card. Passed. Perfect. Now that that person has passed, they're not going to play any more cards. So what that tells me then is that I can play as many cards as I want and end it. That was kind of one of the tricky features of it. You exchange cards in turn, and you switch turns until one person passes. If I passed now, I only have 17 attack. They have 19. They would win automatically. Now, there are a couple ways I could win. I could, like, clear the board and then drop all of mine, and I might win. Probably not with these many here. I could drop this over here, and that would give me enough points to win, or I could spend this and then negate those, and then I'll just have enough automatically. And that's the route I want to go. And I'll explain that in a bit, maybe if I get that card. The other ability of the Northern Realms is that when you win, you draw a card. So that's why I like to win on that first one, because I get to draw one card. So this could be this one. Again, please be, it's not. Oh, we're going to be wasting a lot of turns now. All right. Let's demonstrate my strategy. Actually, let's do this first. So there are several cards that I'm kind of concerned about in this deck. So I'm actually going to do something that seems counterproductive. I'm going to play this. Oh, something that I neglected to explain is that you have different lanes here. This is your melee range, this is your range lane, and then this is your siege engine lane. So I'm going to play this card, which lets me summon a deceased unit, which I'm going to play another siege one, which now they are currently under rain, which is not helping me. However, wait, how many others do I have in there? I have Vesemir. Watch this. I'll play a target dummy. Wasted a turn. Not really wasting. I spent a turn. And here you want to play the long game. This person has 3 cards. This person has 2 cards. So they're limited on how many things they can do. I can just outlast them by waiting. Let's play this. Get Vesemir out of the graveyard. Now I can do that several more times, but there's nothing in the graveyard anymore for me to do that with. And let's... whatever card remains here... not going to be enough. Yeah, you're going to play him in melee. And here is where, if you were trying to be really, really devious, you could pull one of these. Cleared the weather. Dropped Frost. Picked up Vesemir. And ta-da. If I really wanted to, I could win another round. I could probably win several rounds on this one, because that person's out of cards. But if they lose this round, they lose for good. So they had to win it. Here's why I wanted to save these. They power up each other. So if this wasn't frozen right now, it would double the damage that they would do. So that normally, how much was that? 4? They do 8 each. So they're playing the same one next to each other. When they have this hand shaking icon, that makes them really, really good. Let's pick this guy up. Then we'll just, you know, use all of them. So notice the icon. That's the lane that they go into. Yeah. Oh, and our hero ability. Which then, now we're out of moves. It automatically has us win. Ta-da. So we betted 10, so we got 20. Let's try a different deck. One that I might be a little bit more likely to lose with, since I haven't done it much. Let's bet... nah, let's bet 10 again. I can afford to lose.
Up for a few rounds of...
Up for a few rounds of Gwent.
So... I've never played with any of these other decks. What is this ability? Of close combat unless yeah, I don't think I can win this, but let's try it. So different character. What do we have for cards? One of each, that's okay. Yes, I'd like to start with that. Siege, that's okay. So melee. Ah, this isn't going to be very useful. That one might, I don't know. I want to save that just in case he has any spies. Alright, we'll go with this. I think this looks good. So, we don't get any nifty drawing tricks here. If we win the round or when we end the round, a random monster stays on the field. So let's draw some cards. Maybe I'm not supposed to want to draw cards, especially if you're pulling them out of the deck. Because I play the crone, I don't know if this is going to draw them out of the deck or out of my hand as well. Oh, out of my hand as well. And that's bad. Just let it in your deck and play them instantly. So let's grab this one, and maybe I'll be able to play that again. So you have to do that. Let's drop the siege here. We won't play any abilities here. Let's drop... Oh my goodness, look at that. I'm just going to be wasting turns at this point. Let's do that. If he's got a clear skies card, this could backfire on me. There it is. See, I predicted it. 3 cards, though. This could be really good for me. Okay, are we winning now? No, we're not. I want to play Frost again, but let's see here. Let's try this. That's the only other card that I have. What a waste. So we can win this one. Ugh. Can I win it with 1 card? I don't know how many of these I have. I don't want to play them again. I don't know if I can summon these from the dead. Alright, let's try this. Oh, what a waste. Alright, 1 monster will stay on the field after we win this. So we won the first round. Our ability triggered, so 1 stays on there. Okay. We can afford to lose that. We can afford to lose this one. So I'm going to play this. And then please put that in there. Yes! Then I'm going to play this. Oh, that's a range. We're especially in good shape there. Alright. Yeah, nice try. I'm not worried about that card. And then we'll play this. And he is out of luck. Alright, so we're not going to have another turn. Let's see if this summons them from the discard deck. No. So that's valuable to know with this deck. So you don't want to draw at the beginning, you want to draw at the end, and you want to have a certain variety of cards inside of there. So I did win. First time winning with that deck. I think there might be an achievement for winning with each one. So there's a lot that can go into Gwent and into strategies. If you want to play against better people in Gwent, don't play the Innkeepers anymore. Like after you get your deck to a certain point, it's not really sporting. Then you want to go to Skellige and play the people in Skellige. Now the way you get cards in Gwent is you start out with a very small deck, and then you go and you play against the Innkeepers. The first time you win against an Innkeeper, you will get a card from them. And then you'll get some quests that will let you go and get special cards. And yeah, that's kind of the route that you take. And there is an achievement for getting all your Gwent cards, I believe. But even if there's not, I'm trying to work on this one. And I haven't looked up how many Gwent cards there are. But I'd look up a little bit of advice on the achievement. After you have done all the quests that you can possibly get Gwent cards for, specifically like the one for beating whatever the Gwent boss is. It's a missable achievement if you miss that one. But after you get all the Gwent achievements, or quests rather, then the only other way to get Gwent cards is by playing against random people. And until I finish this video, I'm not able to continue playing the game. So I need to make this video and then I can continue playing. Otherwise, like, I would just be playing Gwent. I would play this just to play Gwent and work on that achievement. And I want to play the DLC, so that's where I've been at. Is there anything else really to talk about? I have other saves. Why would I have other saves, though? What would I want to show at another save? Just what it's like to play at a lower level, I suppose. Horse races, crafting, fist fighting. There's a plethora of things to do in the game, and I haven't covered it all. There's still plenty to explore, plenty to enjoy, puzzles to solve. But, oh, there's the tiny bits of parkouring. It doesn't like me to parkour, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to parkour. But as you can see, I can't get. Oh, there it is. Ta-da! Atratzu's parkouring for the day. Thank you for watching. My name is Atratzu. I will see you in the next video. Come on. Uh-oh. 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 I think so, huh?
What a night.
You'll never learn.
Come on. Crap. Crap. Come on. I'm so close. I'm so close. I just want one. I just want one. Let me get one kill. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on.
Exactly, Geralt. Come on. Want one. I want to just get one kill with one kill. If I could kill one guard, I would be pleased with my accomplishment. Come on. Come on. And come on. Come on. Crap, 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 crap. Uh-oh, come on. Come on. No, come on. Come on. Which one of you has the low health? Oh, crap. No. I had him. He was in my fingers. Oh. That's a good place to stop. You again? Well, you think so, do you? You took my coin. Now I will take it back from you.
That was your last warning.